Morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Hey, Satish. Satish, how is doing? Kari?
Hello and very good morning to everyone present here. Today is a wonderful day and it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all on the 11th Foundation Day of our university. On behalf of Sri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya, I would like to welcome our distinguished speaker, Padma Shri Dr. Ram J. Chaudhary, Chairman, Participatory Rural Development Foundation. Trust members of Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya Trust and dignitaries of our university. I would also like to welcome all the faculty members, staff, students present online here for the celebration of Foundation Day. Before beginning the event, let us virtually light the lamp of knowledge and wisdom to take blessings from Goddess Saraswati.
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः या कुन्देन्दुतुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्करप्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा.
I now request Honorable Chancellor and Honorable Vice Chancellor of Sri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya Indore to welcome the distinguished speaker Padma Shri Dr. Ram Chet Chaudhary. I request the technical team play the AV virtual welcome. Now, I would like to request Dr. Upinder Dhar, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya for the welcome address.
Honorable Chancellor of the University, Shri Purushottam Ji Pasari, Chief Guest on this very special occasion, Dr. Chaudhary, Padma Awardee,
ये कभी आता है कभी
चौधरी
नहीं
जी,
आवाज
our Vidyapeeth Trust Honorary Secretary, Sri Kamal Narayan Ji Buradia, all deans, directors, faculty, and students.
इंटरनेट कनेक्शन गायब हो गया.
At the outset, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you on this very auspicious occasion. As we know, our Gazette notification for the establishment of this university was released by the government of Madhya Pradesh on 8th of January 2015. Counting from that date, we are today celebrating 11th foundation day of the university. In last 10 years, we have come a long way, but at the same time, there is a long way to go. Today, our university is having 19 constituent institutes, 6 centers of excellence, and more than 300 full-time faculty members. We have tried to maintain a balance between professional education and liberal studies. Today, we are imparting quality education at undergraduate, postgraduate, and doctoral levels. 7th convocation of the university was organized on 7th of October 2024. We are very happy to share with everybody that the alumni of the university are well settled and well placed. There are a number of leading companies which have been visiting our campus and placing the students. The feedback from the recruiters is also very encouraging. So today we are here to listen to a distinguished speaker, Dr. Chaudhary, who is well known in his field, and it will be great to learn from his wisdom on this important occasion. I would also like to welcome Dr. Chaudhary once again to this platform, though we are meeting on the online platform this time, but would like to invite him in physical mode in future. Thank you very much. Yes, Sonu, go ahead.
Thank you, sir, for the welcome address. In the milestones of the university. Now, I would like to request Shri Purushottam Das Ji Pasari, Honorable Chancellor, Shri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya, to address the online gathering.
नमस्कार। आज के कार्यक्रम के हमारे मुख्य अतिथि आदरणीय सुप्रसिद्ध कृषि वैज्ञानिक पद्मश्री डॉक्टर रामचेत जी चौधरी, श्री वैष्णव विद्यापीठ ट्रस्ट के सचिव श्री कमल नारायण जी भुराड़िया, श्री वैष्णव विद्यापीठ विश्वविद्यालय के कुलपति डॉक्टर उपिंदर धर जी, श्री वैष्णव शैक्षणिक एवं पारमार्थिक न्यास के उपस्थित समस्त ट्रस्टीगण, सभी अतिथिगण, आज के कार्यक्रम के संयोजक डॉक्टर सतीश शुक्ला, हेड ऑफ इंस्टीट्यूट्स, हेड ऑफ डिपार्टमेंट्स, शिक्षकगण एवं प्रिय छात्र छात्राओं, श्री वैष्णव विद्यापीठ विश्वविद्यालय सफलतापूर्वक अपनी स्थापना के 10 वर्ष पूर्ण कर 11वें वर्ष में प्रवेश करने जा रहा है। इस विशेष दिन को हम प्रतिवर्ष की भांति आज दिनांक 8 जनवरी को आप सभी की उपस्थिति में मनाने जा रहे हैं। इस अवसर पर हमारे मुख्य अतिथि आदरणीय डॉक्टर रामचेत जी चौधरी एवं आप सभी का हृदय से स्वागत अभिनंदन करता हूँ। यह दिन हमारे लिए गर्व और आत्मविश्लेषण का दिन है, जब हम अपने मूल उद्देश्यों को याद करते हैं और उन आदर्शों को पुनः जीवित करने का संकल्प लेते हैं जिन पर यह विश्वविद्यालय आधारित है। हमारे विश्वविद्यालय की स्थापना केवल उच्च शिक्षा प्रदान करने के उद्देश्य से नहीं हुई थी, बल्कि इसका मूल उद्देश्य युवाओं को ज्ञान, नैतिकता और संस्कारों से सुसज्जित भी करना था। यह केवल एक शिक्षण संस्थान नहीं, बल्कि ऐसा तीर्थ है जहाँ शिक्षा के साथ साथ समाज और संस्कृति की सेवा का भाव भी जागृत किया जाता है। आज जब हम अपनी यात्रा को देखते हैं तो यह गर्व का विषय है कि वैष्णव विद्यापीठ विश्वविद्यालय ने शैक्षणिक, सांस्कृतिक और नैतिक मूल्यों के क्षेत्र में उत्कृष्टता प्रदान की है। हमारे विद्यार्थियों ने शिक्षा, अनुसंधान और सामाजिक सेवा के विभिन्न क्षेत्रों में अपनी असाधारण प्रतिभा का प्रदर्शन किया है। बंधुओं, श्री वैष्णव ट्रस्ट एवं इसकी सहयोगी संस्थाओं ने 141 वर्षों से इंदौर शहर में नर सेवा नारायण सेवा के मंत्र को आधार मानकर जन सेवा और जन कल्याण के अनेक प्रकल्प, जिसमें शैक्षणिक, धार्मिक एवं स्वास्थ्य के क्षेत्र में संचालित किए जा रहे हैं। सभी शासकीय औपचारिकताओं को पूर्ण करके पश्चात सन 2015 में श्री वैष्णव विद्यापीठ विश्वविद्यालय मध्य प्रदेश निजी विश्वविद्यालय अधिनियम के अंतर्गत स्थापित किया गया। विश्वविद्यालय की स्थापना छात्रों के बेहतर भविष्य को उत्कृष्ट शिक्षा, प्रशिक्षण एवं अनुसंधान के माध्यम से सुलभ करने की दृष्टि से की गई थी। विश्वविद्यालय का उद्देश्य ऐसा शैक्षणिक वातावरण प्रदान करना है जिससे कि बौद्धिक, नैतिक और आध्यात्मिक प्रेरणा मिल सके एवं मूल्य आधारित नेतृत्व की क्षमता को पोषित किया जा सके। विश्वविद्यालय सदैव सामाजिक रूप से जिम्मेदार नागरिकों के विकास एवं वैश्विक समाज के विकास की ओर प्रयासरत है। विश्वविद्यालय हम कई नवीन अकादमिक कार्यक्रमों का संचालन कर रहे हैं, जिसमें ऑटोमोबाइल, बिग डाटा एनालिटिक्स, इंटरनेट ऑफ थिंग्स, मेकाट्रॉनिक्स, फॉरेंसिक साइंस, एग्रीकल्चर इंजीनियरिंग, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, फाइन आर्ट्स, आर्किटेक्चर एवं डिजाइन, फूड एवं न्यूट्रिशन, एजुकेशन, फार्मेसी एवं लॉ जैसे कई नए प्रोग्राम हैं। विगत 10 वर्षों में हमने विभिन्न कंपनियों, शासकीय और निजी संस्थाओं के साथ 40 MOU किए हैं, जिनके अंतर्गत कंपनियों के सहयोग से 14 विषयों में संयुक्त रूप से पढ़ाई करवाई जा रही है। बदलते समय के साथ विद्यार्थियों को ऑनलाइन कोर्सेज तथा इंडस्ट्री की जरूरतों के हिसाब से भी नए विषय पढ़ाए जा रहे हैं। हम लगातार अपने विश्वविद्यालय में नवीन तकनीक से शिक्षण कार्य करवा रहे हैं। विद्यार्थियों को प्रेरित करने हेतु एवं उनकी भाषा संबंधित कमियों को दूर करने हेतु विश्वविद्यालय द्वारा कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स, इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज, एनवायरनमेंट स्टडी तथा प्रोफेशनल एथिक्स जैसे महत्वपूर्ण विषय भी पढ़ाए जाते हैं। हमारे विश्वविद्यालय का उद्देश्य केवल डिग्रियां प्रदान करना नहीं है, बल्कि ऐसा वातावरण प्रदान करना है जहां विद्यार्थी नवाचार और अनुसंधान के माध्यम से समाज के विकास में योगदान दे सके। हम चाहते हैं कि हमारे विद्यार्थी जीवन के हर क्षेत्र में अपनी पहचान बनाएं और इस विश्वविद्यालय का नाम गौरवान्वित करें। आज के इस शुभ अवसर पर मैं आप सभी से आग्रह करता हूं कि हम सब मिलकर इस विद्यालय को न केवल एक शैक्षणिक केंद्र बल्कि वैश्विक स्तर पर एक आदर्श संस्थान बनाने के लिए प्रयासरत रहें। अंत में मैं पुनः माननीय डॉक्टर रामचेत जी चौधरी का हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करता हूं कि उन्होंने अपने व्यस्तम समय में से अमूल्य समय हमारे विश्वविद्यालय के 11वें स्थापना दिवस पर दिया। मुझे विश्वास है कि हमारा विश्वविद्यालय इसी प्रकार विद्यार्थियों को उत्कृष्ट शिक्षा प्रदान करता रहेगा एवं देश के भविष्य की नींव सुदृढ़ करने में अपना महत्वपूर्ण योगदान निरंतर देता रहेगा। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद, जय वैष्णव।
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your words of wisdom. It's a matter of great honor and pride that we have with us a very renowned personality, Padma Shri Dr. Ramchet Chaudhary, to introduce our distinguished speaker and reading the citation of Dr. Ramchet Chaudhary, I would like to invite Dr. Satish Shukla, HOD, Mathematics and Coordinator of Cultural Committee.
Thank you, Anu ma'am. It is a great privilege for me to read the citation of Dr. Chaudhary. I quote, Dr. Ramchet Chaudhary is an Indian agricultural scientist renowned for his significant contributions to crop improvement and rural development. Currently, he serves as the chairman of the Participatory Rural Development Foundation, an organization he founded on September 8, 1998, dedicated to advancing sustainable agricultural practices and empowering rural communities. His academic journey includes BSc in Agriculture from Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gorakhpur University, MSc in Agriculture from the Government Agriculture College Kanpur, and PhD in Agricultural Botany from Agra University. He further enhanced his expertise with postdoctoral research at the Technical University of Munich, Germany. Dr. Chaudhary has held pivotal roles, including positions at GB Pant University of Agriculture and Technology, Pantnagar, and Dr. Rajendra Prasad Central Agricultural University, Pusa. His international experience is extensive, having served as a rice specialist with the World Bank in Nigeria, a plant breeder and global coordinator for the International Network for the Generic Evaluation of Rice at the International Rice Research Institute, and as a consultant for the food and agriculture organizations across various countries in Asia, Middle East, and Africa. Dr. Chaudhary's scholarly contributions are substantial with over 390 publications, including 58 books and bulletins, and 244 research papers in national and international journals. His textbooks on plant and breeding are integral to curriculum in numerous agricultural universities. Notably, he has been instrumental in promoting the cultivation of Kala Namak rice, a traditional variety of Uttar Pradesh, enhancing its production and marketability. In recognition of his outstanding contributions to agricultural science and rural development, Dr. Chaudhary was conferred Padma Shri in 2024, which is one of India's highest civilian awards. Under his leadership, PRDF continues to play a vital role in promoting sustainable agriculture, providing organic certification, facilitating access to quality seeds, and empowering farmers through knowledge dissemination and collaborative projects. Shri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya Indore is privileged to present this citation to Dr. Ramchet Chaudhary during the 11th Foundation Day oration as distinguished speaker on 8th January 2025. Unquote. Thank you, ma'am. It's over to you.
Thank you, sir. I now request Honorable Chancellor and Honorable Vice Chancellor, Shri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya Indore, to present the citation to our distinguished speaker, Padma Shri Dr. Ramchet Chaudhary. Now, it's my immense honor and pleasure to invite Padma Shri Dr. Ramchet Chaudhary to address the gathering. Sir, please unmute yourself. Yes, sir.
Okay, so I am unmuted and very privileged to speak on the 11th Foundation Day of your great university. First, I would like to thank the Chancellor, the Vice Chancellor, and the staff members who really invited me and wanted to hear to me. I think my voice is clear enough. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So if my slides could be uploaded, or I like to upload from my side, let me see. Okay, can you see? Can you see my lecture?
Yeah, yeah. Clear, it is
Oh.
clear.
Okay, thank you. That's great. Now, normally, in such a kind of a meeting where a person is speaking remotely, there comes some problem, either with the audio or video or something like that. But I'm really happy that I'm able to talk to you people. Now, my topic being in agriculture is, my topic is India as the food basket for the world. It's a very happy occasion because everyone has to eat food. So even I'm addressing some of the top mathematicians, engineers, doctors, and people from various disciplines, but they all need food. So I think it's a nice topic which is cutting across everywhere. Let me see if I can change the slides from here. Okay. Now, let me take you a bit back, a few billion years ago, when plants evolved. Plant evolved from very minute, microscopic uh, uh, living being, which originated in water. From the water, then the green plants came out, and then the land plants came out, and then further differentiation continued to the vascular plants. Then comes out the seed plant, and from the seed plant, the flowering plants came out. And I think most of the food that comes to human being is from the flowering plants only. Very few that is coming from the gymnosperms. So okay. Then, of course, Lord God had created a human being, that is we us, just in the last phase of it, when everything was present on the planet Earth. That means all the plants, all types of food that can feed the human being, they were already present. The uh, the people and the plants and the animals, they were all present here when the human being came in.
उसमें हम भी
Sorry? Hello?
Yes, sir, please continue. Sorry for
Continue kar
this.
lijiye.
Okay. So, people, that means the human being, evolved in their current form where they could walk on two legs and straight, something like a, something like a 0.2 million years ago. And agriculture came very late. That is, it is rather new on that scale. And some 15,000 years ago, agriculture started. Otherwise, human being, although they were able to walk on two legs and straight, still they were feeding themselves just from the wild, maybe wild plants, wild animals, and all that. But agriculture came thereafter, some 15,000 years only. So it's rather very new, and what we call the human and plant interaction that started in the form of agriculture, and we call it that the agriculture is the most artificial, destructive activity on natural flora and fauna. It's a destructive in the sense that to cultivate 1 acre of, let's say, wheat, you have to kill thousands and thousands of weeds. So that way, agriculture is rather destructive for flora and also it will be killing a lot of fauna just to get the edible things out without being destroyed by the pests and the diseases. In the last 150 years, plants evolved more under influence of man than actually past 150,000 years ago. That means man influenced evolution of the plant, whatever was given by the nature, but then man then plants were used for food, for nutrition, and they are actually health for the growing billions, our growing population. More nutrition per unit area and per unit of time, that became a slogan. That means in less time, you can produce more. In less area, you can produce more feed. And that made agriculture more and more destructive. But of course, the human intervention, plants were evolving. In future, of course, we can see that the resources on which agriculture grows, they would be reducing, shrinking. That means the slogan of with less water, less land, less time, you can produce more food. But don't forget what had happened in 1943. I don't know why to use that word great, but it's a Bengal famine. And in that Bengal famine, almost 30,000, 30 lakh thousand people, they died of, not of disease, but of starvation. I was able to access this picture. You can see the bony structure of human being that who survived. So imagine who have died due to this. And it was nothing but starvation, food. Britishers, they were very shrewd, and that's a wrong history that was fed to us, that due to brown spot disease of rice, that is called caused by Helminthosporium, was the causal organism for this starvation. No. Now records are coming out that the shipload of wheat came from Australia, and Britishers did not allow the food to be unloaded in Calcutta port, and it was diverted towards Sri Lanka. That okay, let the food go to, because they wanted to somehow starve the Bengalis who were fighting for the freedom of India those days. So in fact, the Britishers, they had nothing. They just lied, and even in our books, it's written that the Great Bengal famine was caused by Helminthosporium, and that killed the rice plant, rice crop. That's a wrong thing that was taught to us. In fact, in my own book, later on, I had to change that it was not caused by Helminthosporium or rice disease, but it was caused by the wrong policy of the British, and purposely they had diverted the ship coming from Australia loaded with wheat to Sri Lanka, and it was not allowed to be loaded. Anyway, that's those are the forgotten year, but we should not forget what had happened, what people. Anyway, after 1943 was gone back, then came 1947, and food deficit, of course, it continued. And we were surviving in India on imported food. And in fact, I was born way back when Britishers were still there, that India was still not independent. So I remember the days when in my village also, that food imported from US, the red wheat, which we don't eat here in India, but also we had to eat it as a child. I have eaten that, the food coming from PL 480, because we could pay in rupees. We don't have to pay in dollar. We could pay in rupees and get that food. But later on, in 1960, PL 480 was also stopped. So we had no way but to go in a massive way to produce more food. And after a struggle of, let's say, something like 10-15 years, we started developing new varieties which can yield more. So gradually, our people had plenty to eat, and if you see the dependence of human being for the food, it's mostly we are on the agricultural crops. I'm telling that mostly vegetables and fruits that we are, and I'm tempted to give you some figure about that 1943 famine. That now we are very proud that India is the largest exporter of rice to the world. We are not only able to feed ourselves, but we are feeding to 50 other countries of the world, and we are also the largest producer of something like a soybean, of the maize. We are the largest producer of vegetables. We are the largest producer of fruits. We are the largest producer of milk. So we should be proud that from where we started our journey from 1943 onwards. So that is where India is now. So we should be proud of the agricultural scientists and our great leaders who actually promoted more research, more production, getting a lot of inputs for the farmers. So I think it's a very happy situation that from starvation, we are now feeding the starving countries. Maybe you heard that recently, 1924, later part of 1924, India had, not 1924, 2024, India had stopped exporting rice. There was a policy that we should not be exporting. And United Nations had to really cry for help, that please help us, otherwise many countries will starve. Anyway, finally we started exporting rice. So that means we are not letting the world to go for it. Now let me give you what made that to happen. Number one was high yielding varieties, including the hybrid varieties, which could really yield double or triple of what our traditional variety we give. Now in India we have 60 types of vegetables which are hybrids. That means they are able to yield more and better quality. They are resistant to diseases and pests. That means our crop will not be spoiled due to diseases and the pests. We have now regular bearing mango, otherwise mango would be producing fruit only in the alternate years. But now we have varieties which are yielding, which are bearing fruits every year. Now you would be surprised to know that grape is not our crop, but now on the French table, grape produced in India, they are being consumed. We are exporting cashew, we are exporting flowers, spices, so many things. So these high yielding varieties of tropical fruits, they are feeding the world. And we have now dwarf coconut, oil palms, and high value spices, medicinal plants. So many things we developed. That is all due to research that led development of these different types of varieties through hybridization or through making them hybrid as such. Then in horticulture, in fact, now revolution is coming up after the general agriculture, that is in the cereals. Now the seed potato, now potato we are able to produce from the seed, not only from the tuber alone, but from the seed, which will be disease free. Many micro propagation techniques. In fact, I don't like to put my audience in difficulty by giving all these words. Drip irrigation, high density orchard, like mango would be planted earlier 40 meter by 40 meter distance, but now we can plant 4 meter by 4 meter, something like that. So high density orchard. Old orchards were cut, and not only cut from the root, but from the top, and new things were grafted, so they are also producing more. So like that, many technologies have been developed, and these are the one. Now from horticulture, let me take you to the cereals. And I really thank the person who really introduced me. I was lucky to work with Dr. Swaminathan in IRI. He was the Director General in Philippines, and I was the plant breeder, and later on promoted to India Global Coordinator. We were neighbors. Our houses were close by, and very famous thing he will say that piety and poverty go together. That means जहाँ धान है वहाँ दरिद्रता है. ये दोनों चलती थी. So once in the morning walk, I told Dr. Swaminathan that okay, IRA is feeding India those days, and this was the case when we were celebrating 50 years of IRA in New Delhi. That was November 2016. So we met again and we talked. Dr. Swaminathan said, "Do you agree with me?" I said, 100% I agree. But I agree with your suggestion that there are different types of paddy which are not going together with the poverty. And these are called special rice. And they can make farmers very rich. And that really affected my thinking. And later on, I'll narrate you on that. Anyway, so in the world, India has the maximum area under rice, but it is second to China, because China has lot of hybrid rice varieties and they can produce per acre more than India can. But still, we are still feeding to China. In fact, believe me that India exports rice even to China that way. So not only to those 50 countries, but also to us. So rice is one of the major crop that we are feeding our people, and India has the major share in the production. Now, the major rice importing regions of they have been increasing, going up and up and up. Most of African countries, they are dependent on India because we are feeding them virtually. And other countries also, they are importing every year more and more. So we have to produce more and more, not only for our own people, but also for the world, to feed the world that way. Now, in the introduction itself, the word Kala Namak was introduced to the audience. So let me talk a bit about Kala Namak. Now, Kala Namak is a rice which is a blessing from Lord Buddha. And it is said that कि ज्ञान प्राप्त करने के बाद लॉर्ड बुद्धा जब बोध गया से निकल रहे थे, कपिल वस्तु जा रहे थे, रास्ते में उनको कुछ किसानों ने रोका और ये कहा कि भगवान कुछ आशीर्वाद दीजिए। उन्होंने अपनी झोली से एक मुट्ठा धान निकाला और ये कहा इसकी खेती आप निचली जमीन में करिए जहां थोड़ा पानी देर तक ठहरता है, तो इसमें जो सुगंध है वो हमारी याद दिलाएगी और इसमें जो पोषक तत्व हैं वो हमारा आशीर्वाद है। सो उस समय लगभग 3000 साल से इसकी खेती हो रही है अपने देश में, लेकिन इसके साथ कुछ दुर्भाग्य रहा। दुर्भाग्य ये रहा कि from 50,000 hectares, the area came down to just 2,000 because high yielding varieties came, and Kala Namak is very poor yielder, the traditional variety of Kala Namak. So that was the time I retired. और हम अपने आप को रिटायर्ड भी नहीं कहते, हम तो आज़ाद बोलते हैं। दिसंबर 2006 में आई रिटायर्ड एंड माय लास्ट प्लेसमेंट वाज इन म्यांमार, बर्मा, और वहां से हम लौटे गोरखपुर में। आई सेटल्ड डाउन देयर। लोगों ने कहा कि साहब काला नमक मर रहा है, खत्म हो जाएगा। आई सेड नो, आई एम बैक नाउ, आई वोंट। सो देयर वर नो वैरायटीज ऑफ काला नमक। सो फ्रॉम फार्मर्स हाउसेज I had to go and collect a fist of paddy seed of Kala Namak. So in 2003, I collected 250 samples of Kala Namak from different varieties. And then that became the major, the main germplasm source for further development, which I will narrate a little later. But then that was the time when there was news that Americans have patented basmati, and India had to fight a case with the international court to remove that patenting by US. Finally, we won it. So I thought maybe the same thing may happen with Kala Namak. So I got it patented with the name of the farmers, with the agency, with the government agency in New Delhi, and that is called Plant Variety Protection and Farmers' Right Act. In 2008, I got it patented. Patented in the sense that protected in this sense. So out of that 250 accessions, I developed through pure line selection. Let me not use that technical word again. So out of that, I developed the variety called Kala Namak KN3. Kala Namak KN3 was released by Central Variety Release Committee in 2010. People said yes. Something we had lost, now we got it back. And what was lost? Aroma. That means the Kala Namak seed, the farmer was not actually aromatic, or very little aromatic. So now that new variety KN3 is very aromatic, it is very soft and very palatable to us. But then they said it is tall, 2 meter tall, it lodges, very difficult to harvest. Combined harvesters cannot be used. Labors are getting difficult. I mean the manual labor for harvesting. So I had to definitely make it dwarf by crossing, because that's my specialization. As a plant breeder, I have been working for 10 years with IRI even. So I made it dwarf, and then developed 4 varieties. Rather, one KN3 was there, tall one, 3 varieties, dwarf one. Bona Kala Namak 101, Bona Kala Namak 102, and my last variety, the latest variety is Kala Namak Kiran. So they were all notified by Central Variety Release Committee of Government of India. And the area which had gone down to 2,000 hectares, in 2024, area has gone up to 82,000 hectares. You would have not heard this kind of a miracle, that area going up 40 times in such a short time. But it went up. And the reason was the nutritional quality which Lord Buddha has blessed to people of Siddharth Nagar district, is that the nutritional quality of Kala Namak is par excellence. And I have now no doubt in saying that Kala Namak is the best rice of the world. I repeat that golden word. Kala Namak is the best rice of the world. Knowing that, I have worked in all over the world, Latin America, Africa, all over every single country in Asia. I have been there with rice. So the best rice. Why? If I compare with basmati, Kala Namak has 2 times more protein than basmati. Basmati has about 5-6%. Kala Namak has 11% protein. Kala Namak has 3 times more iron. You know, iron in the nutrition is needed so that we can, our body can form blood. Kala Namak has 4 times more zinc. Zinc is needed to give us protection. In the corona period, people were eating tablets of zinc so that they get protection from corona. So ultimately, it comes that all these qualities are there. And the other thing is, how many diabetic people are there? Almost every family has 1 or 2 people which are diabetic. That means doctor will tell them, please, you are diabetic, you have high sugar, and stop eating rice. But my Kala Namak, now people's Kala Namak, I call it, Kala Namak is sugar-free. That means its glycemic index is 49 to 52%. And any food that has the glycemic index of less than 55 is called sugar-free. So people are running for eating Kala Namak, Even those who are diabetic, they can eat it. They are running to get Kala Namak. So that means a lot of consumers. And that was the one reason why area has gone from 2,000 hectare to to uh, 42,000 hectare, and that way. The other reason is farmers are making more money. Government announced that we can double farmers' income, and through My Kala Namak, we are tripling the income. Why? The announced price, the minimum support price of rice or paddy currently 2,300 rupees, and we are purchasing paddy of Kala Namak for 4,500 or even 5,000 rupees per quintal. So farmers are already doubling or tripling their income. Consumers are doing. Or also we are exporting. Export figure, maybe it will come later on, but let me run little faster. This is original Kala Namak, and you can see the lady is standing on the bund of the rice field, and still this variety is taller than her. So it's a tall, and out of that, the pure line selection had come, named Kala Namak Kiran. Then we developed and make it short. Kala Namak Kiran is the latest variety that is there. And now we are certifying. We are the certifying agency for whole of UP about that how without urea, without DAP, without any harmful chemical to protect from the diseases and the pests, and how you can produce a crop, not only Kala Namak rice, but any crop. So we are a regional council of National Center of Organic and Natural Farming, and by that authority, we are certifying Kala Namak or wheat and pulses, any other crop, vegetables. We are certifying that and giving this kind of a certificate, so farmers can sell at higher price. If they have a certificate of organic, they can sell. We are also now certifying for the natural farming products. So that way, consumers are getting the organically certified product. Now, just a figure to show you that how the countries in Africa are importing, are dependent on Indian rice. So 50% of all imports that goes to African countries, you can imagine, and the remaining 50% that goes all over the world. That is the world trade, how it is going up. So it will not reduce, it will rather go up. So Indian farmers, they have to continue producing more and more. And that's how to start with, he said that India is not a basket case, as some Americans had named it, not as a basket case, but we are the food basket for the world. You can see in African countries, rice consumption is increasing because as prosperity is coming, rice consumption is going up and up in some of the African countries. In Nigeria, I saw they took this photograph from one of the supermarket, and Nigeria can produce rice, but still their shelves are full of imported rice from other countries. And this is the data which I was telling, that if you see 1990, that was the time when rice area had come down to 2,000 hectares. But now, 2024, you could see area has gone to 82,000 hectares. I think somewhere I had mispronounced this 82,000 as something like a 28,000. So area has gone up due to consumers, due to producers, due to the quality of Kala Namak. So you can see. That's our great Honorable Chief Minister, Sri Yogi Adityanath ji. My first shipment, when I was going to ship it to Singapore, I approached him. I said, Maharaj ji, bless my rice. And this is Kala Namak rice. Bless my rice so that we have more business to do. He blessed it. And truly so, from 5 tons, now we have order for 2,000 tons for Singapore. So we are sending Kala Namak to this because of its quality. There are some of the other countries where we had, even 2023, we had gone to 45 tons, that is 450 quintals to Singapore. But then there was a ban by government of India that we cannot export rice, any rice other than basmati. So it gave a kind of a setback. To Nepal, we sent 10 tons, Dubai 1 ton, Germany 0.1 ton, Singapore, we have a standing order now for 2,000 tons. And then US, for the first time, we have sent 40 tons, and now we have firm order for 150 tons for Singapore. The newspapers, they are all covering all this, what we are doing. And when the government of India had banned export of rice, lot of newspapers, they brought out my viewpoint. And this is what I told you in the beginning, that Vishsuka Sarvshresth Dhan, Kala Namak, due to its nutritional quality and aroma and sugar-free status. Then I should tell you in next few slides that Kushinagar Airport just started as an international airport, and it was to feed all the Buddhist countries. So in fact, we also that people come, and in fact, first flight came from Sri Lanka, our neighboring country, carrying 100 Buddhist monks, and then the ambassadors of 10 countries came. So in fact, I myself gave a little packet of rice to all the 10 ambassadors, and our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji, he had given 100 packets to the monks. Yogi ji, he had given 100 packets to other audience. So Kala Namak is now linked to the Buddhism, and it is going to Buddhist countries. And then you will see my design. Why I am sending so much rice to Singapore? Singapore has a small population, but it's a free market. They are exporting from there to Japan, to Vietnam, to Korea, to Thailand, to Cambodia, and to Myanmar. All the Buddhist countries are receiving their Kala Namak rice from there. So I repeat what I said earlier. Last 3 years, India is the largest exporter of rice. Even there was a short period of ban, but still in 2024, we are still the largest exporter. We are biggest exporter, one of the biggest exporter of wheat. We are the largest producer of milk. We are largest producer of vegetables and fruits. We are exporting all this, vegetables and fruits. Largest producer of spices, makhana, chestnut. In fact, in the world, if you are eating makhana anywhere, think of India, think of Bihar, think of part of Madhya Pradesh, from where makhana is going. So feel proud that you are not from a poor country. You are from a country which is the food basket for the world. As I said earlier, Government of India had banned export of rice other than basmati, and United Nations, FAO, UNDP, they all panicked. What will happen to those 50 countries? They will lie hungry. Anyway, finally India relaxed. Now we are able to export again. So 6 countries, they were, even in the ban period, they were getting rice from here. So agriculture is now getting importance, and all the surpluses generated, they have a long way to go. And still we are agricultural scientists. We are trying to focus on increasing productivity. Productivity must grow larger than over the growth period of growth of the population. So all the time, our agricultural growth has to increase, should be more than the population growth. Now, agricultural surpluses are needed to finance the capital necessary for industrial development also. Very few will realize, and I don't have time to talk on this, but you will see that how agricultural surpluses are feeding to increase the production in the industry. And both the industrial and agricultural development that are needed for the national development. Let me go little rush so that you are not bored by my lengthy lecture. Now, there are ways to increase agricultural production. Biotechnology is a nice tool, very innovative tool, and we are able to breed high-yielding varieties, resistant varieties in shorter time. Earlier, it took minimum 12 years, and now within few years, you can produce a new varieties. Institutions, in fact, there are 75 agricultural universities having full agriculture or just a faculty of agriculture. 75. No other country in the world can exceed that number. ICR has 111 institutions who are actually working on agriculture. Department of Agriculture and in the Union Territory, they are 36, and they are all focusing on agriculture. And then universities like yours, they are producing undergraduate, postgraduate students who are actually the backbone of our green revolution. Now, after green revolution, we are getting yellow revolution, that means the oils, white revolution, that is milk, blue revolution, that is fish and the aquatic products. There are now many lucrative government schemes to support farmers and the exporters. So those are the engines of agricultural growth. That is what you can see. I'll skip this slide. And even we are producing from the, which are as well animal feed, the broken rice. Also, there are different products that we are. Now, India is the food basket of the world, as I would say. So from the basket case, we have come up to the being the. Now, back to Kala Namak, Lord Buddha's blessing. And then here is my son and my grandson, in whose name I have named my latest variety of Kala Namak, called Kala Namak Kiran. His name is Kiran. Thanks to everybody who has made India proud, from the basket case to the food basket for the world. Now, most populous country in the world, in fact, we have left behind China from this year. So most populous country is also most productive, and we are able to feed the world. Highest technical manpower, and universities, in fact, they should be thanked how they are producing bright graduates, postgraduates, who are working not only in India, but they are also the technical manpower for the world. And no country, I have worked in more than 40 countries myself by staying there, but no country I found without Indian technicians, Indian scientists. So you are everywhere. Feel proud that you are producing such bright students. We are feeding our own will be feeding 5.7, now almost 6 billion people amicably, no problem. And we have still maximum biodiversity per unit area. Let people cry that biodiversity loss, but we have the maximum. And with that, I think it's a really sunrise for India. India ready to feed itself and the world. Thanks for your kind attention of my audience. And I hope you were not bored by my lecture, because you are all mostly non-agriculturists, but listening to a lecture by an agriculturist sometimes becomes boring. But let me tell you, everybody needs food. So that way I chose this topic to talk to you on the food basket. Thank you very much. And I thank everybody from your SVV University and wish you good luck. It's your 11th Foundation Day, but you have maybe 101st Foundation Day and still growing further like India is growing. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you for your blessing, sir. And thank you for sharing your profound knowledge with us today. It was very relatable. The topic was very relatable. Before inviting questions and answers, I would request everyone to please, the panelists, please switch on the video so that we can have a screenshot. Thank you, everyone. Now, the forum is open to questions. The attendees have posted one question. I also invite the panelists, if they would like to ask any question, they can unmute and ask. So shall I read the first question, please?
Yes, you can go ahead.
Yes, sir. Dr. Uttama Mishra has requested if hybrid varieties are nutritious. Chaudhary, sir?
Well, Dr. Uttama Mishra was the one from your university who has been in my touch, and she wanted first to invite me. I said, sure, please go ahead. I have been to Indore at least 2 times to see their agricultural research institute, and some of my friend from Pantnagar, like Dr. Bhatnagar and others, they are after retirement, they are settled there in Ujjain, and also while visiting Ujjain, I have passed through Indore. So it's a very familiar place. And what Dr. Uttama Mishra is asking, I think a lot of people ask that question. Hybrid varieties are, of course, they produce more food. And by that virtue, even if the nutrition is a bit less, although it is not in many varieties, still the total production of nutrition, think of protein, think of minerals, and they are more than that. But my answer to that question is yes, hybrid varieties are as nutritious.
So,
Thank you, sir. Would anybody else like to ask a question,
Yeah.
please?
Yes, I am Dr. B.R. Sampath from Textiles. Dr. Ram sir,
Yes, sir.
what is why the cultivation of Kala Namak has reduced over time now? That is my first question. And it may be, the second question may be, the native region of the Kala Namak is from Nepal, Gorakhpur, and eastern parts of the Uttar Pradesh. Whether this seeds, if it is sown on different place, whether the quality remains same. And the third question is logic of these grains, because it is very tall, it starts falling over the other places. That reduces the yield of the grains. Whether any measures has been taken for to overcome that. These are all my things.
Very nice question. Very nice question. Let me start from your last question. The old varieties of Kala Namak, which are more than 2 meters tall, they definitely lodge. And one of my variety coming out of the pure line selection method, KN3, is also tall, and it lodges. But the yield is very low, very low. It cannot yield more than 10 quintals per acre. That's the highest yield. Now I made it dwarf. So maybe I don't know whether I made myself clear. 3 dwarf varieties I bred it to overcome that problem. And the Kala Namak originally is more than 2 meters tall. My new one, they are less than 1 meter. They don't lodge, and they produce 2 to 3 times more. So something like 25 quintals per acre. That is the yield of the dwarf varieties. And they can be harvested by machine, that is combined harvester. So several benefits, not only of the yield, and of course my last variety, that is Kala Namak Kiran, is as nutritious as the original KN3. It is as aromatic as the original KN3. So I think that question is okay. And the other part, which I think part of it I already answered your first question, that it is tall. What we call geographical indication. So I got a geographical indication done for Kala Namak, and that are 11 districts of eastern UP. If Kala Namak is grown there, then there is a perfect quality. That means same aroma. We can grow it even in Kerala. Kala Namak grows very well in Kerala. In fact, while I was working in Cambodia, I took Kala Namak there, but no aroma. Simple reason is that all the aromatic compounds, which are chemicals in fact, they are volatile on 30 degrees Celsius. So if the temperature is above, now here you can see in Kerala and other parts, the temperature is goes 45, 49, something like that. So naturally, the same quality will not be there. It will yield. Yield will not a problem, but the quality will go down. And the foremost quality for which Kala Namak is known is aroma. So if aroma is not there, they'll say, oh, what is this Kala Namak? So we call it that 11 districts, they are geographical indication for Kala Namak, and here the quality is the best one.
Thank you, sir. Two attendees have also asked, is Kala Namak available in the market?
Yes, it is. If it is available in Singapore, if I'm sending to US, I'm sending to Nepal, it's available, but it's not that popular. It's coming up. It's coming up. I mean, it was dying. First thing I gave them life, that okay, you will survive. And now making it available. Amazon, if you go and type on Amazon, the Kala Namak, yes, they can supply you at home, but the price is very high. Amazon is charging you 350 rupees a kilogram. From Gorakhpur, I sent all over India, and it is 120 rupees a kilo. So imagine Amazon is supplying you at your doorstep, but they are charging 350 rupees a kilogram. So it's available everywhere.
Okay, sir.
Well-
Sir, another question has come.
Yeah, please, no, please come.
Yes, sir. Priya Asalmol ma'am has asked, can you tell about the benefits of Kala Namak rice?
That's what he has
Oh
told us.
my, I should repeat what I said earlier. 2 times more protein, 11% protein, okay? 3 times more iron, that that your body can make more blood. And then 4 times more zinc. That means, in fact, my family is big. Let me give you example. Nobody from my family got corona during the peak corona period. Whereas unknowingly, my family was traveling to China in January 2020. Without knowing, we traveled in China. When we come back, nobody got any kind of a corona. That means the zinc can give you resistance. And then, God forbid, if you become diabetic, you can eat, continue. You don't miss your bath. So you can eat bath of Kala Namak even if you are diabetic. And then it's a highly aromatic. And one more thing which I should mention, that is one of the rarest rice to have vitamin A in form of beta carotene. You would have not heard that there is vitamin A. Scientists are trying to make golden rice that has vitamin A, but government is asking not to eat. Government has not released any variety of golden rice due to that reason. It has vitamin A. So out of naturally occurring rice varieties, Kala Namak is exception to have vitamin A, good quantity of it.
Thank you,
But I
sir.
have one delicate question.
May I ask a question?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Dr. Chaudhary, I am Vinod Dhar, coordinator Sri Vaishnav Institute of Agriculture. Our
Okay.
university is having an agriculture institute, and we are running UG, PG, and PhD programs here, sir. So my question is, why this rice is named as Kala Namak? And specifically,
Okay, good
why
you asked, sir.
Kala Namak?
Good you asked. Because the husk is kala, black.
I could see that.
Rice
in
is
the photograph.
rice is white, and it can grow in salt-affected soil as also. So, in fact, I have grown in Bengal, in the area where the seawater inundates. So
Okay.
with very high salt level. So maybe our forefathers they had seen this and they named it as Kala Namak.
Kala Namak.
Yeah.
So it is a saline tolerant
Right.
variety also.
Right, sir.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, it is also called as Buddha rice.
Yeah, because it is blessed by it's coming from Buddha. In fact, I wrote 2 books. One was my first book was last year on Kala Namak, story of Kala Namak rice, past, present, and future. It has 3,000 years old history of Kala Namak coming from Lord Buddha's time. And then the same book in an updated form I wrote in Hindi. Kala Namak Dhan, Atit se Vartaman. Kala Namak Dhan, Atit se Vartaman. So it has also 3,000 years old history. And all these things which I'm saying, they are all in that 300-page book.
Sir, one small question which is very delicate. So Kala Namak rice is prone to give kidney stones. Is it true?
What, sir?
Kala
Kidney?
Namak rice has
Yeah.
got a side effect. It is prone to produce kidney stones. Is it true?
No, I will deny. I strongly deny. 3,000 years people have been eating. And I don't know if anyone. In fact, in my family, I'm not boasting. In my family, every day we eat Kala Namak, no other rice. When I'm out of Gorakhpur, I don't eat rice if it is not Kala Namak. So no kidney stone. No, that's a myth.
That's a myth.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, there's one more question from Dr. Chavi Tiwari. She has said, thank you for the excellent presentation. As my experience in wheat breeding, zinc enhancement is negatively correlated with yield. If it's the same in rice, how do you overcome this scientifically?
I will reply that in an indirect way, and that is my Kala Namak variety, Kala Namak Kiran, is as high yielding as any variety, which has 4 times more zinc, 4 times more zinc than Basmati, and it is as high yielding as Basmati. So I don't agree with that negative correlation.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Suhas Mane has a question. As an extensionist, I'm interested to know if there is any possibility of collaborative activity between PRDF and Sri Vaishnav Institute of Agriculture.
Most welcome. That's the golden word he has said. Please thank him. And we are very happy. In fact, currently, Gorakhpur University, Deen Dayal Upadhyay, Gorakhpur University started Institute of Agriculture and Natural Sciences. Because this university had no faculty of agriculture, so they started Institute of Agriculture and Natural Sciences. And I'm the mentor. And with that kind, we are all pumping our knowledge, experience to Deen Dayal Upadhyay University. And also, we are in relation with many other institutions in UP, I would say. So I will be very happy to collaborate. Even we can sign a MOU with our university. Very happy. And we can move germ plant. I have 1,000 things to talk, but not today. Like we have, what we are working is something very unique, which other universities or institutions are not working. Like we have, allow me to mention that, we have biofortified sweet potato, Shakarkanda Ganji. This one has very high level of vitamin A in form of beta carotene. Normal sweet potato has flesh that is white in color. My sweet potato has something like paka hua papita due to beta carotene. Once we consume that, it gets converted because beta carotene is nothing but a provitamin A. So nobody has that. We have that. So like that, we have many, and this kind of a germ plant, we can very easily share with our institutions.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
We look forward to that, sir. Sir, there is one question from Dr. Amit Joshi. Respected sir, the land available for farming is decreasing. What are the alternate ways?
I think that's a very, very burning question, and I feel very sad about it. India, as such, has no land use policy. In fact, all the housing projects, factory, they are being on the best agricultural land around the roadside, all. So land is disappearing. That is cultivated land is disappearing. So there should be a policy from Government of India that you cannot build a house or factory or any kind of a colony on a land which was ever cultivated. I have seen this policy in Egypt. In fact, Egypt has very little land all along the Nile River. You and the map of house cannot be passed by the government if any time on that land any crop was grown. Very strict policy. And if they come to know a house has been built, they will just bulldoze it. So we should have some kind of a policy, not as harsh as Egypt has, but at least we must have. Let them develop. There are a lot of areas where no crop was grown ever. So let them build all this. It's very sad, very sad. And I talk to the leaders also, our parliamentarians, that please do something about it. Otherwise, there will be a time when there will be plenty of people, plenty of houses, but hardly any cultivated land. Very, very sad thing. And I thank him for asking this question.
Thank you, sir. We covered many relevant topics today. Now, I request Honorary Secretary, Shri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Trust, Shri Kamal Narayan Ji Buradia, to propose words of thanks.
हमारे आज के कार्यक्रम के मुख्य अतिथि पद्मश्री डॉक्टर रामचेत चौधरी जी, चेयरमैन रूरल डेवलपमेंट फाउंडेशन, वैष्णव विद्यापीठ विश्वविद्यालय के कुलाधिपति श्री पुरुषोत्तम दास जी पसारी, वाइस चांसलर डॉक्टर उपेंद्र धर जी, वैष्णव विद्यापीठ विश्वविद्यालय के HODs, फैकल्टी मेंबर्स, डायरेक्टर्स, प्रोग्राम कोऑर्डिनेटर डॉक्टर सतीश शुक्ला जी एवं समस्त छात्र छात्राएं एवं आमंत्रित अतिथिगण, विश्वविद्यालय के 11वें फाउंडेशन के अवसर पर आप सभी को हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। आज हमारा ये परम सौभाग्य है कि इस 11वें फाउंडेशन के अवसर पर मुख्य अतिथि के रूप में पद्मश्री डॉक्टर रामचेत चौधरी जी उपस्थित हैं। हमने आज उनका पूरा उद्बोधन सुना और मेरा मानना है कि डॉक्टर रामचेत चौधरी जी का उनका संपूर्ण जीवन एक प्रेरणादायी पुस्तक के समान है। आज हमारा विश्वविद्यालय उनके उद्बोधन से बहुत लाभान्वित हुआ है। उनके हम अत्यंत आभारी हैं। मैं उनके लिए यही कहूंगा, उनका वो कर दें, मिलते हैं मिन्नतों से ऐसे मेहमा कभी कभी, हो जाती है हमारी किस्मतें यूं मेहरबां कभी कभी। जज्बात जग जाए तो हम भी कुछ बने। देखा और सुना जब आपको तो लगा कि हम भी कुछ बने। मिलती है इतनी प्रेरणा, कभी कभी हो जाती है किस्मतें यूं मेहरबां कभी कभी। सर, आपने जो काला नमक के बारे में बताया तो हमारी भी इच्छा हो रही है कि काला नमक का स्वाद चखें हम, काला नमक चावल का। और आपने उसमें आज सबसे बड़ी बात आपने उसमें कही माय काला नमक। दैट इज अ वेरी गुड वर्ड कि यू सेड दैट इज माय काला नमक। तो सर, हम चाहते हैं कि आपने जो इतना इन्वेस्टिगेशन इसमें किया है तो हमको, हमारा भी एग्रीकल्चर डिपार्टमेंट, हम भी इसको चला रहे हैं यूनिवर्सिटी में, उसका फायदा हमको कैसे मिल सके इस बारे में हम आपस में कोऑर्डिनेशन करें और कुछ नई आपकी इतने अनुभव का फायदा हमारे इस विश्वविद्यालय को मिले। तो आज का स्थापना दिवस का जो फाउंडेशन डे और आपको मुख्य अतिथि के रूप में पाना हमारे लिए लाभान्वित हो सकता है। हमारा जो विश्वविद्यालय है वो हम युवा शक्ति को ज्ञान, विज्ञान और कौशल रूपी से सींचकर देश एवं समाज के संबंधित हर क्षेत्र में अग्रणी रूप से कार्य करने के लिए और नए सोच और कुशल बनाने हेतु कर संकल्पित हैं। और वैष्णव ट्रस्ट समूह जो कि 141 ईयर्स से चल रहा है और हमारी 5th जनरेशन है ये, तो शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में सर्वोत्तम स्तर पर पहुंचना चाहता है। और इस मौके पर यदि हम आपका अनुभव का लाभ हमें मिलेगा तो हमें बड़ी अत्यंत प्रसन्नता होगी, क्योंकि हमारा सोच है कि डेयर टू ड्रीम बिग और एक्ट बिगर। और जो जैसा कि आपको मालूम है कि हमारा विश्वविद्यालय SVVV है, तो हम वैल्यूज विजन और विक्ट्री पे विश्वास करते हैं और आपका अनुभव हमें बहुत आगे काम आएगा। मैं इस अवसर पर श्री प्रसारी जी, हमारे जो कुलाधिपति हैं, डॉक्टर उपेंद्र धर, जिन्होंने इतने अच्छे हमारे मेहमान को आमंत्रित किया, उन सभी का इस आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। मैं आज के कोऑर्डिनेटर डॉक्टर सतीश शुक्ला एवं उनकी टीम का भी आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। मैं ये निश्चित रूप से कह सकता हूं कि जो कृषि क्षेत्र में जो आज ये देश आत्मनिर्भर हुआ है, आप जैसी विभूतियों के कारण हुआ है। आपको पद्मश्री एक आपके लिए बहुत छोटी उपाधि है, आपको और बड़ी उपाधि मिलनी चाहिए, ऐसा मेरा प्रभु से प्रार्थना है। मैं और आज आप जैसे विभूतियों के कारण ही हम जो एक बास्केट लेके घूमते थे, आज हमारा देश खुद उसका फूड का बास्केट बन गया है। तो ये बहुत बड़ी एक उपलब्धि हुई है और हम, जैसा कि आपने बताया और अब सबको मालूम भी है कि हम काफी निर्यातों में अग्रसित हैं, कभी कृषि उत्पादों में बहुत ही निर्यात कर रहे हैं। तो मैं आपका बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। मैं आपके लिए यही कहूंगा कि आपने काम ऐसे रखे, आपने कदम ऐसे रखे कि निशान बन गए, कार्य ऐसे किए गए, पहचान बन गए। जीवन तो जब सभी जी लेते हैं, आप ऐसे जिए कि मिसाल बन गए, आप ऐसे जिए कि मिसाल बन गए। सर, आप तो देश की धरोहर हैं। पूरा देश आपको कृषि क्षेत्र में किए कार्यों के लिए आभारी है। हम आपका इकबाल और बुलंद हो। विश्वविद्यालय परिवार आपके स्वस्थ जीवन एवं शतायु ऐसी मंगल कामना करता है और आप देश की निरंतर ऐसे ही सेवा करते रहें। मैं ये चाहता हूं, जैसा कि हमारे उपेंद्र धर साहब ने भी कहा, कि आप अवश्य हमारे इंदौर पधारें। ये इंदौर पूरी क्लीनेस्ट सिटी ऑफ इंडिया है और हमारे एग्रीकल्चर आपके प्रचरण अगर हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी में पढ़ेंगे तो आपका आशीर्वाद भी मिलेगा, साथ ही हमारा एग्रीकल्चर डिपार्टमेंट भी और डेवलप होगा और हम कई नई विधाएं आपसे सीखेंगे। तो आपको हम आमंत्रित करते हैं, जब भी आपको समय मिले तो आप हमें अवश्य इसका लाभ पहुंचाएं। आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आपका बहुत बहुत आभार कि इतना अच्छा आपने डिटेल में और इतने ज्यादा प्रश्न बहुत कम लोग पूछते हैं और अभी समय की कमी है, लेकिन और प्रश्न भी पूछ सकते थे। तो हम चाहते हैं कि आपका काला नमक हमें कैसे प्राप्त हो और उसका डिटेल प्राइस सर क्या है वहाँ गोरखपुर में भी, उसकी डिटेल
120 रुपया किलो, 120 रुपीज, हाँ,
120
किलो। लेकिन आप अमेजोन से ले लीजिए, 350 देगा वो।
हम उससे क्यों ले सर, हम तो आप मिल गए तो आपसे
अपना 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 पता भेजिए, हम यहाँ से भेज देंगे।
ठीक है, ओके सर, थैंक यू सर, आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। सभी जितने भी पार्टिसिपेंट है सबको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आज हमने सर बहुत एंजॉय किया, बहुत अच्छा लगा हमको एक कृषि के क्षेत्र में इतनी अच्छी विभूति से मिलने का हमें मौका मिला। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर। जय हिंद, जय भारत। धन्यवाद, थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you, sir. Now we have come to the conclusion of today's online event. I request all to please rise for the national anthem. I request the technical team to play the national anthem.
विनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा, तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा, जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
I would like to thank our distinguished speaker, our Honorable Chancellor, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Trust members, invited guests, employees and students of the university for being with us today on this very special day. I wish more success of our Shri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya in the upcoming future. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chaudhary Sahab. We'll be in touch with you very soon for the collaboration. और आपको फिजिकल मोड भी हम जल्दी ही इनवाइट करना चाहेंगे, so that we can have the advantage of your wisdom further. Thank you very much.
ओके, अवश्य आएंगे, जब आप इनवाइट करेंगे हम अवश्य आएंगे।
सर आप तो देश की धरोहर हैं सर, बहुत बड़ी धरोहर है सर।
नहीं, बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत
नहीं, नहीं।
धन्यवाद।
Thank you,
Thank you,
Chaudhary
sir.
sir, for coming.